All right. All right. Just hanging out, everybody, if you're joining. About to watch this week's Overpromised. So I haven't been live for a minute. I actually haven't put out very much content in the last month or so. Life has been a little nutty, but I appreciate you guys for just sticking with me and checking this out. Yeah, this is, I was actually just setting my stuff back up so I could record tonight, but decided might as well hop on live and watch Overpromised. I haven't watched it this week, so I might as well. Let's see. And here we go.
A Halliburton. Yoink. Boing. That's the show we're going to have right now.
Luckiest shot ever.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. So, hope you're having that sort of week. Cavino and Rich, welcome to Overpromised, episode 93. Getting closer to that 100 mark.
I know.
And maybe we'll have a party for that. We are having a huge party. And we got all the details, so stick around for that.
Yes, sir.
And it's an anniversary this weekend. A lot of things going on this weekend. Let me ask you what you're most excited about first, before we get into it. NBA playoffs, speaking of Halliburton. Pacers, Knicks, Thunder, Timberwolves. You got Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise doing it.
Have you guys seen any of the Mission Impossibles? I've never seen one. I've seen trailers for a couple of them. Never watched never watched one of them.
Sprint. He's getting
So I'm not even a little bit excited for this new one.
but crazy stunt work.
Who does a better cruise? Ready?
Probably you.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch. If you're a family man, like
Dude.
Nick Cage, you might be pumped about that.
My kids.
Great commercials.
All they want to see is Lilo and Stitch. I think my daughter thinks Stitch is real, like a real alien.
I mean, you're her dad. It's possible. She's a chip off the old blockhead.
It really is going to be a big movie, and we're going to check that out probably
I've
this
never
weekend.
seen that cartoon.
You're too busy getting ass back in the 90s,
It
right?
just didn't fall
2000s?
into my wheelhouse. I was more of a Pinocchio kind of guy. Pee Wee Herman's
What are you,
documentary.
85 years old?
Yeah, I'm a Geppetto kind of
Pinocchio.
dude. Yeah. So Jiminy Cricket, Pee Wee Herman's documentary comes out on Max, HBO Max this weekend.
I want to check that out. I'm not even a huge Pee Wee fan, but I saw the trailer for it, and the documentary looks really good. I really want to check that out. Have you guys checked it out yet? Let me know in the comments.
He as himself. So if you grew up enjoying the Playhouse like I did,
Oh, okay.
you can watch that. And that
So,
doesn't excite you.
I'm saying we
Or-
threw it back to our childhood. We're going to realize what a great guy Pee Wee was, the same way we realized how Brett Favre was a piece of shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
We take a look back at our childhood this week.
Yeah. Pee Wee was great. Brett Favre, not so much. Or you just pumped about honoring and celebrating the people that served and died for this country. Memorial Day weekend, grilling up some burgers and dogs, chillaxing, having a drink on their
Hey,
behalf.
Some salutes, some how do you do's to people that gave their lives while
Right.
we enjoy a nice barbecue. Yeah, listen,
How about a little bit of all of that?
I want to ask the question because I know you're a lactose boy.
I mean, nobody calls me that for the record, but
I mean, that starting today. When you are at a barbecue and you say, all right, who wants cheese? There's always one that's like, nope, and that's you. But I wanted to bring this up because my wife.
You know what's crazy is that I have never worked for a place or really been around people that have crazy dietary restrictions. So since the beginning of the year, I've been working somewhere where we do a lot of meals, right? A lot of lunches and stuff like that. I have never worked somewhere or even encountered so many people with special dietary needs. It is crazy whenever they're thinking about what to order or, get to eat. These people can't have pork. These people don't like salad. These people, blah, blah, blah. And it's just crazy because, okay, if it's beef, what kind of beef? Is it kosher? Do they have kosher beef? I don't know. But it's just crazy that I've never encountered this until the last year. So went 37 years of my life never having a really deal. Nobody in my family has like peanut allergies or anything like that. And so being around so many people that have dietary restrictions or as far as like beliefs or, whatever, I've never been around that. It's crazy.
American cheese. And I'm like, that's the worst. I'm going pepper jack or cheddar.
Yeah,
or
but it's Memorial Day weekend.
provolone.
You gotta go Merc.
I read a stat about America. Spot, our video producer, you're not going to like this because I feel like you like American cheese.
Love it.
Don't you, Spotty? American cheese isn't even 50% cheese. They're saying it's like additives, preservatives, and like some type of dairy, whatever
It's
that
like the
means.
Taco
So
Bell meat.
go for the pepper jack, go for the cheddar this weekend. Have some fun barbecuing.
All right. You heard it here from Mayor McCheese himself. The cheesiest guy
if
I
anyone
know.
knows cheese.
Let's enjoy the weekend.
You were dying to drop that fun
I
fact.
know, man. She's the cheesiest. You continue to be the cheesiest. It's
Listen,
not easy being rich.
listen.
Rich is so good for Pop 2K and that, pop world because he loves to drop fun facts. And it reminds me of growing up and listening to Rick Dees in the weekly top 40 and things like that. And it's just funny because he would be like, coming in at number 10, we have, NSYNC with Bye Bye Bye. And, I ran into Justin Timberlake this weekend at Trader Joe's. Who would think that Justin has to buy his own tomatoes? And he told me that when recording this album, and then they drop in a fun fact, that is 100% Rich. And it's cool. I mean, he's good at it, but it's funny.
You're fucking mocking me. Spot. I've never known a guy, before Spot got all like, slim good body.
Yeah.
You had a drawer of just cheese at your old
I
apartment.
still love cheese.
Yeah, that's pretty gross, Brian. You're right.
I mean, who doesn't like a nice, what do they call it with the Jets? A charcuterie board?
Charcuterie.
I
forget what he called it. Yeah, I forget.
Who doesn't like some meats and cheeses, bro?
Well, look, take it east this weekend. Enjoy all of that, and happy Memorial Day weekend to you. Let's get into the anniversary that's going down this weekend. Sunday marks the 60th anniversary of the most iconic sports photo of all time. You could debate it, but it is. It's Ali, Sonny Liston, 1965. Ali just captured in a crazy quick blink of an eye, flash of a moment. Boom. Did Sonny Liston take a dive? We don't know. But the moment was captured.
That picture is obviously one of the most iconic pictures of all time, especially in the sports world. But how many people just look at the other side of the ring, right? Those photographers. How many of those pictures exist? Or even on the same side over here where they took this picture, how many bootleg pictures, or not even maybe almost as good, but they're not this one? How many of those exist? I wonder if anybody's ever searched or, anything.
On a plaque in my bedroom growing up. Everybody knows the image. You look for it. When you watch the footage in black and white, you look for that moment, but it's so quick. And it goes down in history as one of, in my opinion, the greatest photo of all time in the world of sports. But there's a backstory to it that even adds to the legend.
I wonder who it is.
It's not up for debate. I love to disagree with you.
Right.
You said could be. This is the number one photo in sports history.
And when Rich and I agree, it's fact. Now, there's other iconic ones, and we're going to debate that and go over our favorites, and you could chime in, too, at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. But let me tell you the story. It's the story of right place, right time, okay? So, big fight, Ali, Sonny Liston.
I love fun facts, behind the scenes type stories and things like this. I just watched a documentary on Norman Harris, and if you don't know who he is, he owns a honestly, it's like a mom and pop guitar shop and has sold guitars to everybody from like George Harrison to um what's his name from New Girl, uh Chip, whatever his name is, Max Greenfield, I think is his name. And man, the documentary is so good, and it's like 2.5 hours, a little lengthy. They could have cut some things out, but it is super dope. I love that behind the scenes type of shit.
This 22-year-old nobody from Nowhereville photographer, Sports Illustrated photographer, 22-year-old rookie photographer Neil Leifer shows up, and veteran photographer Herb Scharfman is there, who's also an SI veteran photographer.
Don't tell me that guy had the shits and had
No.
Oh, okay. So what happened?
So Neil shows up, and he goes, and Herb basically is like, hey, Neil, beat it. Get the other side. Get the other seat.
Oh.
Tells him to beat it. Now, what happens next is history. Neil Leifer, the young photographer, goes to the other side of the rings.
Okay.
And then gets the iconic shot. Meanwhile, you know who's in the middle of Ali's legs? The guy who missed the shot. The veteran photographer, Herb Scharfman.
Does Herb have a great picture, though, of Ali's cheeks?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we got the legendary shot of him right there. That's the guy who was like, no, sorry. So meanwhile, Neil, who was told to, hey, no, man, the veteran gets this spot next to the judges. You got to go on the other side. He ends up getting that legendary shot, arguably the greatest one of all time, just by chance. And if you look to the right of Herb, you see a young Larry Merchant there. Because everyone was just shocked and amazement, like, holy shit. But again, it's a legendary story of right place, right time. And again, the guy ended up being between the legs of Ali, missing the iconic shot. And that's how we came up with the saying, yeah, that guy's a Herb. Thanks to you. To the old Herb. Yeah, some people are like, yo, Rich is a Herb.
I don't think that's
it.
it.
No, it is. Thanks to all Herb Scharfman, who missed the shot. Missed the iconic shot. He missed his moment.
Poor Herb.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Poor Herb.
Yeah.
So
another way, it was a first round KO, legendary moment.
if you want to go over some of the other iconic photos, you could find all lists and everything. But I feel like there's a clear top 5 for me with an honorable mention. Honorable mention, can I get that out of the way first?
Sure.
Because I think it paved the way for women's sports getting to the next level.
Sure.
I'll always picture Brandi Chastain.
I had the dumbest idea right now, but I think it'd be kind of cool. The notes that they have, for those of you that don't know, because and Rich are having a big get together June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And I know there's probably only a handful of people that would like these. Me being one of them, I think it'd be kind of cool if they had random notes like they have, like from this episode of Overpromised. Cut it out, just rip it off, sign it, and put it in like a sheet protector, and give them away. Give away a handful of them. Obviously, if there's no sensitive data on there, like Rich saying, whatever. But I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool as something as like a little souvenir memorabilia, I guess, of Covino and Rich. I think that'd be kind of cool because I think it'd be cool. They have it, their notes from what they do, what they've been doing for years. Rip off a sheet of notes, and I mean, it would be ideal to have it in like a little frame or something. I think that'd be cool. But just hand it to us, and I'll put it in a frame. I think that'd be cool. So if you guys are listening, for my birthday, just rip off a sheet of the notes and sign it, and I'll display it happily.
Ripping off the shirt on her knees, like pumping her fist with the sports bra on. I think that was a big woman sports moment.
Powerful, captured,
like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think of that all the time when you think about women's sports. That's probably number one in that category.
I agree.
I would say if you had a man cave like Dan Patrick, these are some of the iconic photos that.
You know what I think became an iconic photo recently of women's sports is when that chick that they were accusing of being a man, and the picture that they kept putting next to what's his name? Quarterback, 49ers. dissed rich at a party. What's his name? Colin Kaepernick. I think that photo of that chick in the ring, like I think she's kind of leaning against one of the turnbuckles, like waiting for the fight to start or something, or after or whatever. I think that's become pretty famous over the last couple of years.
You might want to have down there.
Well, I think it's interesting because when something's called the catch, clearly it's going to be on this list. I want to start with the baseball one. Willie Mays, over the shoulder.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a Wix website to sell them.
The guy's name was Frank Hurley. He was doing all the still photos, but the one where the ball's about to glow, right, about to drop right over the shoulder into Mays' glove, that's the one, though. I mean, it's an old-ass photo.
I've never seen that
Black
picture.
and white, grainy photo, but it's so symbolic of that generation of baseball.
It's an iconic moment. We've seen the footage a million times. When you're able to capture the moment like that, it becomes legendary. So props to him. Willie Mays.
If you think about it, the equipment that they had at the time is nowhere near what we have today. Like you could get the shot on your iPhone and it would look 100 times better.
Yeah, your live photo, you could set it up perfectly.
Like to be able to capture something like this on older equipment is just, that adds to it.
That is what adds to it. Because, right, it's black and white, it's grainy, but somehow this still frame was captured.
Oh, speaking of black and white, that was also part of the previous story with Ali. When Ali's saying, "Get up and fight, sucker! Get up and fight!" Neil also chose to take that.
Have we just accepted this as the official Covino and Rich background? the almost faded looking white that, you know, was going to be a primer, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't remember the story, but I don't think they have really given a fuck about it. I don't hate it, to be honest. I actually like it better than the brown shit that they had. To me, that was too close to their skin tone.
In color, which was rare for the time. All the other photographers using black and white, he used color, became iconic. So,
Well, good for that guy.
Yeah.
Neil. The catch. I'm a Niners fan. I feel like I'm biased, but from the end zone, Walter Luce Jr. catches the Dwight Clark, hands on the ball. That angle,
That's a badass picture.
iconic.
amazing catch. It's the catch. And Dwight Clark famously said, well, it wasn't called the throw. It was called the catch, man. The catch, fingertips, bam.
And I think what makes it
Iconic moment, iconic photo.
What makes it so iconic is the placement of where this photographer
I like that
is.
dude.
And
But
who did you say
also,
it took it? Walter Luce?
Walter Luce. And
Remember that name?
And I'll tell you why it's even more important, because if you're a fan of football, that was when the Niners beat the Cowboys, which was step one in the Niners dynasty of the 80s. Had they lost that game, the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, and maybe the story's different, but the Niners go to their first Super Bowl after that catch.
Now, you as a Niners fan, I think you should have that somewhere represented.
In the garage.
And in the future,
I mean,
in the future man
You know
cave.
what the sad part is?
Goals, people.
I've met and hung out with the late, great Dwight Clark.
Yeah.
And never got an autograph of that, which I should have. But you know what? I'm sure they're available online, but we lost him, unfortunately. But a great moment in sports history.
Amazing, yeah.
How about this one? More of a salute, a social issue being tackled at the Olympics. I believe Tommy Smith, is it? And John Carlos, Black Power in the Olympics.
Iconic.
We
for
were
sure.
not alive.
You know what bothers me about that? Very stupid, but iconic picture. But does it bother anybody else that they're not putting up the same fist? If they both were like, hey, dog, we're going to go fists up. All right, brother, let's go left. We'll both left fist. They didn't have that discussion?
No,
When
but
you look at any list, this is like top of the tier. So.
when you think of iconic photos in sports, immediately comes to mind. Powerful, memorable, iconic.
and to think, how many of our favorite athletes are African American, and back then, people are still fighting for rights, which is wild.
Definitely on most
Party.
lists, makes ours. And I would say arguably the number 2 after Ali's photo, Neil Leifer's photo, is, well, we're going to debate this.
Because I don't know which one it is.
I think I know which one it is.
He's the greatest athlete of our life. Michael Jordan.
Michael
But now,
Jordan.
I think
But
you could
what moment?
You could argue.
I just watched the end of the Jazz Bulls finals when they won their 6th championship. And, the last like 30 seconds, it was just back to back. And man, what a badass game.
3 different photos. You could argue his last shot in the 1998 NBA Finals when he gets loose from the Utah Jazz, the game-winning shot that
He gets Walter loose.
We know the shot right there.
Iconic.
Hangs the hand.
Oh, yeah, that's what game I was talking about. I just watched that literally today.
Right?
I always fantasized what it would be like. I mean, not even to take the shot. My dreams weren't that big. But just to be in those seats and be part of that moment, how cool it is, right? Because you capture the moment, but you capture the reaction of everybody
cool?
there, and you're part of the history. I always thought that was awesome.
No smartphones or bullshit
No.
yet, so just everyone's engaged.
You
and
know,
that
Rich,
was the
iconic
shot.
moment, iconic shot. Like, I love the crowd shot and everything about it. But to me, that's not the one. To me, it's a great photo, and it's a great.
Yeah, that's a great photo. It's just not Jordan jumping from the free throw line dunking.
moment, but it's not the one. And I know you're thinking it's probably the Jumpman, but I don't think that either.
No.
That's his logo. But how many people know that in the Jumpman logo that he's wearing pants? Everybody knows that shot, but did you realize that in the actual logo and the silhouette, you see him wearing pants is from that photo?
Yeah, and that photo is from a photo shoot, so I don't feel like it applies.
I don't think so either. But it's iconic. It's an iconic logo, therefore an iconic moment.
1987 slam dunk contest.
It's the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's different angles, different dunks, but I think the one we all think of.
Different angles, different dunks, but the same.
And from how far he was, look how fucking high he is. Awesome fucking shot.
Photographer is the one that goes down in history. The name we mentioned before, Walter Luce, is the same guy that captured this one.
How does that guy get all the shots?
Well, he's the guy. He's I think he was an SI guy.
And there's different, even like Spot, there's different versions of this in different frames of this. There's one with the arms more extended, but 87 slam dunk contest.
I think that's the most iconic Jordan.
I wish I could have been born at that time and old enough to remember. Damn, I missed out. See what happens when you're born a few years too late?
Moment. A lot of people have the poster, and again, you get a little bit of everything. The slam dunk, him and
I remember my brother had the Bo Jackson poster where does he have shoulder pads on and he's holding a bat or something? But shoulder pads with no shirt and like white pants or something. And as a kid, I was just like, that's fucking, that's bad. That's freaking dope. Got a little bit older and I was like, huh, a little bit foofy, the picture to have up in your bedroom. I mean, I was like 6, my brother was like 12 or 13, but yeah, you get a little bit older and you're like, what used to be so cool, you're like, that a little foofy.
Ocean, the crowd behind him, just showing like just how magnificent he was and what made him Air Jordan. So I think that's the number 2.
Yeah, there's so many different versions.
And sometimes a good number 2 is better than a number 1.
Oh, can I add one more honorable mention?
Really? You just thought of another one?
Spot, I'm putting you on the spot. It is your name. Can you just Google iconic Bartolo Colon photo?
Oh, I thought you were going to be like a Tiger Woods
No.
Derek Jeter jump throw or
the
something.
jump throw Jeter's a big one, but
Right.
no. It's a picture of Bartolo Colon swinging and missing and his helmet's falling off. do you know
Yeah,
this
of course.
one?
Yeah.
I don't
You know
know
what? It belongs on the list.
I mean, if you're gonna
Right.
not the Jeter jump throw, not Freddie Freeman holding up the bat after World Series home run, not Kirk Gibson pumping his fist. I think Bartolo Colon swinging so hard that his helmet falls off.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
Is
Now,
it
are
the
they both
one-
up for awards?
Is it the home or away jersey?
Oh, where the helmet's in the face?
I mean, Spot, why do you show us both? I mean, the fact that it's happened more than once.
We'll debate it.
I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah,
Thank you. Bartolo Colon.
No, not that one.
That's
No,
not the one,
that's
but
not
it's a
the
good
one.
one. It's a good one.
I'm thinking the home pinstripes.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And for the record, if people are wondering what kind I actually wear, Bartolo works every time.
No, I use Arrogance from the Rick Martel collection.
Oh, it comes in one of those. Yeah.
But Bartolo cologne definitely in my.
Did they ever make do you remember in the 90s when they had chick perfume with the little string and a little ball that you would squeeze? Did they have, it reminded me of the shoes where it had a little basketball and you would go. Did they ever have that for dudes? I don't remember.
Of hearts.
Well, again, we posed the question to you, Overpromised, Fox Sports Radio Nation. Which one is your favorite, the most iconic? Do you agree it's Ali
there it
Liston?
is. There it is.
Yeah. That's one of them. I've seen other ones where the helmet's right there in front of the face,
Bartolo.
too. So which one stands out to you? Do you agree or disagree with what we said? At Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, hashtag Overpromised. And because we're talking about it, I just want to throw it out there. My most iconic sports painting has to be this one from Rocky 3. Shout out to Super Rare Shop.
All right, let's stop buffering. What's going on here, buddy?
Promised.
Should I refresh? Let's refresh. There we go.
Bad in the movie is like,
Who won?
Who won and who hit who, and it's insinuated that Apollo beat him.
I think that Stallone tells
The story.
Adonis Creed, his son, that, you father beat me. Or he could have told his son that he beat him just
To pump him up.
to be
I don't
nice.
know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
So
Rich wearing a Red Hot Chili Peppers shirt bothers me. I'm not the person that's like, hey, if you wear the band shirt, you need to be the biggest fan, but I don't know. I feel like he'd be more comfortable. It would make me happier if he wore like a Hanson shirt.
again, what do you guys think? You make the call at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. Now,
I got the agenda in my hand. I want everyone to take note because June 20th is a Friday. June 21st is a Saturday. That weekend in Vegas, that Friday, Saturday is a 2-day party. That weekend of the 20th to 22nd. We're going to be in Vegas. Spot, show everyone the flyer. It's a big deal. The Covino Rich Convention is coming to Vegas.
the CRC.
The only thing I think about them, which it's a huge accomplishment and they should be proud of it, but I think the only thing that just I would take off of this is 20 years, you know?
Celebrating all of our years together as a show. Everyone's invited. And I think it's cool if we go over the agenda. What do you think?
But before you do that, all walks of
Oh, I was talking to Dave Ibarra today. So, Dave, here's the agenda. He was asking me about it. I don't know how much of it I got correct. Let's see.
life are coming. People we've worked with, people you know from Fox Sports Radio, friends, family, friends of friends.
You don't have friends.
Yeah, lots of them.
Men,
So
women, young, old.
How
consider
many of us
this
have
your
them?
invite, and all we ask is you RSVP. It's all over our social media pages. June 20th, 21st, 22nd in Vegas. Rich, give the
All right,
details.
so
Hold on.
You're still purchasing your
goodness.
lenses from your
Really?
optometrist.
What are you doing? Come
They
on.
must know I'm live streaming because I never
June
get so many commercials.
20th is a Friday.
Yeah.
We do our Fox Sports Radio show, as you know, 2 to 4 on the West Coast. So I'll roll up to Stadium Swim at Circa. This is all going down at Circa.
So downtown.
So we will roll up.
What do people realize though how nice Circa is?
Gorgeous.
It's
Look
the
at that.
nicest pool in Vegas, biggest sports book, nicest rooms. And again, we'll be doing a live broadcast for Fox Sports Radio there, and we hope to see you.
So I plan on rolling up around lunchtime, grabbing a cocktail,
I'm sorry, can I
prepping
rephrase?
for our Fox Sports Radio show.
I hope to see you in a really tiny Speedo or a little bikini, depending who's listening.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait.
So Stadium Swim, live broadcast from 2 to 4. Then we'll do like meet and greet, some drinks, a hang. It's a great pool, a great setup. We have cabanas, a whole area for the Covino and Rich Fox Sports Radio family, the Carls, the Covino and Rich listeners. So stadium swim, Friday afternoon. Friday night, the Circa has a rooftop lounge that there's a fireworks show at 9 o'clock. We're going to get up there around 8 o'clock. It's a sleek, cool lounge.
I was going to say, I love the fireworks and the oohs and the ahs, and it's going to feel like we're on a bachelor date or a bachelor finale.
Ooh, are they going to be there?
But yeah, and beautiful women, of course. But it's a sleek, really cool rooftop bar and experience.
I'll be wearing the dress on the right.
Yeah, so I don't want you to downplay how cool this rooftop is.
So what is the name of that lounge?
Legacy Club.
Legacy.
So
man.
Legacy Club, rooftop lounge.
To celebrate our legacy.
I'm looking at that right now. I'm like, oh, damn, that's fancy. I might have to take a little suit or something.
Friday night, we'll show up around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock fireworks show, drinks, snacks, food, all that good stuff.
And by the way, when we talk about all the fun and how sleek this is, I don't want to discourage anybody if you're a baller on a budget. We worked it out with Circa where we got the best rates and deals possible. Yeah. So again, details at Covino and Rich, but no worries, guys. This isn't gonna break the bank or anything like that.
These events we've set up no cover.
Right.
Just we want you to come and hang. And then Saturday, the 21st. There's a place called Atomic Golf. We're in the works of trying to figure out a space there. I'm thinking early afternoon, hit some golf balls, have some drinks, hang with everyone, get to know some people, have some snacks. That'll be a lot of fun. And then
and it's a big space, so lots of room to have a good time. Shout out to our buddy Tripp, who's helping us out with that. He's a big Fox Sports Radio supporter, but
how did they not throw a McNeely joke in there?
Another fun backdrop to the built-in fun we're going to have with all these different walks of life from all over the country.
No doubt. So Atomic Golf, and then Saturday night, we make our way back to Circa. The sports book is the biggest sports book in Vegas. It's beautiful. Look at this place. Look at those TVs. Look at everything. So that whole lounge, look at those.
You said TVs.
Oh, TVs.
TVs. Yeah, and Gervonta Davis is fighting that
look
weekend.
Look at those TVs, too.
So we'll probably watch some fight. We'll eat some food. We'll have some drinks and share some laughs.
That whole back lounge area is reserved for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to have food. We're going to have, there's going to be a bar there and everything. So it's going to be a big party Saturday night. So, again, Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday morning, wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and get back to life.
So we got a lot of things planned out, but plenty of downtime too, where you can do whatever you want and take your girlfriend or wifey to a nice restaurant somewhere else and see the strip, whatever you want.
Oh, I just remembered. Friday, we're going to be gone. We'll be there, and then in that evening, we have to go to the Pod Meets World thing. Damn, I just remembered. That's crazy.
But we've got a lot of fun provided for you guys at Circa, June 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Vegas. Robin Thicke is playing right outside Circa that weekend.
A free concert that Friday or Saturday spot?
Saturday.
So
see the strip. See the strippers.
Yeah, there you go.
See the blurred lines and have some fun with us.
Craps, blackjack. Let's do it. So join us again. Meet us in Vegas, June 20th, 21st. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, meet some listeners, make some friends, see some women, have some food, and watch our live show. Be part of it. Get some free stuff.
Perfect.
Win some money. And
don't forget RSVP. So we order the right amount of merch, but we're expecting a lot of people, so it's gonna be a great time.
Exactly.
I promise you, will meet a lot of fun people. If you're new to Covino and Rich, we have a good bunch of listeners and supporters. So
we hope to see you there, guys. And before we go again, we honor the people that served and died for this country. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your playoff basketball. Any predictions or no?
I mean, the Knicks have to win Game 2.
They gotta
right?
win.
Let's make it a best of 5. Win Game 2, and then best of 5. Let's do it. Come on.
Enjoy your basketball. Enjoy your barbecues. And thank you for enjoying Overpromised.
Hey, arrivederci, baby.
See you
in the Overpromised land.
All right, everybody. Well, the Benadryl's kicking in. I'm getting over a cold, so, I mean, that's why I'm not trying to do my best Danny G or Barry White. But, yeah, thank you guys for checking it out, joining live and future, dude. Like Covino and Rich always say, after show, but later, it's your boy D. For this Overpromised live watch. You know what? This might be something I start doing every week. At some point, watching Overpromised and streaming while I do it. So look out for that. After show, but later, it's your boy D. See you in the next episode. Peace. Just 'cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats.
churning. Let the music